video if they haven't. All right, we are live and on air. Welcome to this week's Kickoff Labs Marketing Chat. I'm Josh Ledgard. With me is Laura Lee, our designer. We've got on tap today landing page reviews. So people have submitted some landing pages. There's folks here in the chat who've submitted a couple of pages as well. And we're going to get through all of those pages today that were submitted in advance and for the folks that are here live. I noticed there's been a couple questions posted already to the chat. We'll check back to the chat on a regular basis as we switch pages and answer the questions. But that is one of the reasons we do this live, is I do want to encourage people to post questions, feedback for other people's pages. Having a little bit of that interactivity is it makes this a lot more fun than just reviewing these pages offline and sending feedback to folks. If you do not know, our product is Kickoff Labs. We help you set up viral contests in minutes to quickly and easily set up refer a friend style giveaways, sweepstakes, and product launches. We've helped people collect over 15 million leads with our viral contests, and you'll see some examples of those today. To walk you quickly through what we specialize in is these type of contest pages where you get people to invite their friends and earn rewards. And so you can see it here. Somebody's invited 6 friends. They've earned the 5-level reward for inviting those 6 friends to your competition. You can set up a leaderboard where the more referrals they get, the higher they are on the leaderboard. And you can also set up a wait list where the sooner they can get earlier access to your product or your promotion before you launch using a waitlist. It's easy to set up any or all of these for different campaigns. We offer A/B testing of the landing pages, and of course, we offer this service to review pages that people are publishing with Kickoff Labs. So, having said all that, I think the first page I saw, the guys from Bombinate were back, and they've made some changes to their page. And I'll start off with the Bombinate site here. So on Bombinate, and so I don't remember exactly what was changed from last time, but so I'll just look at this as new. There's just the logo, Bombinate, and it says the world's first online destination for high quality brands. And I get the sense from the picture that you sell accessories or clothing. Let me scroll down a little bit more here. Bombinate is more than a new online destination for quality. It's an elegant website centered on the world's greatest products, telling why and what behind each brand. Complex search, whether you purchase custom-made pair of shoes or British-made backpack ready for adventure, we're better than anything you've ever seen before. I think I still have a problem with the fact I had to read that and watch the video to really get what you're doing. Where it says the world's first online destination for high quality brands, and maybe you do sell everything, and maybe it's just the high quality I'm not understanding. I really wish it just said one more thing about what it was, so I understood more explicitly, what you're offering people. Because it says online destination, doesn't even say you could purchase them, and then down here it just says the search. So I don't know if you'll be able to purchase it from your site or if it's just finding this. And so even specifying that, the world's first online destination to discover high quality brands, if it's just about discovery, or the world's first online destination to purchase all of the high quality brands in one place. Like even just saying that, I think would be a little bit more specific. The key doesn't add anything, the image of the key, in my opinion, so I wouldn't have it. It's not special. And then there's no incentive for signing up right away. So like, what do I get for signing up? I don't know. I don't know why I would sign up. I don't know why I would step inside. Maybe below, if you get rid of the key, you can balance it out with some incentive below the form that says like sign up now and you'll get something. And then it looks like it says it all starts on the 5th of May, but what starts? I don't know. And what do I get if I sign up before the 5th of May? I think you want to offer somebody something exclusive for signing up before the 5th of May to get them to go. And so I think just having that incentive, Visually, I mean, I like the look of the page. I like the flow. I like the text, the icon, the text, the simplicity that you go to the video and then you back up the video with some more text here. And then there's a sign up form at the end, and it's a relatively short page. So I like it. I just wish it was just a little bit more descriptive right up top. And I really wish you had some incentive to get me to join right now. Laura Lee, did you have any feedback about this page?
Yeah, I just had an idea. I wonder if they added like a how it works section or something, because I agree. I'm not clear at all about is it something that you're buying? Is it something that you email me stuff? Is it something that's actually going to be a website where I go and explore your high quality brands and I purchase something? Something like, so if you had even a section that kind of walked us through what our interaction with you would be after you, I really like what you said, just make it a little bit more clear what you're offering and then why they should sign up. But then in addition to that, just maybe like a few little information, a little bit of information. I'm picturing kind of in my mind something that just shows maybe like before the watch our video, right below the image, that's like just a little section that's how it works, and then it's like maybe 3 columns, and each one says you sign up and you get this discount, and then we launch on the 5th, and you are able to come and purchase stuff, and we'll send it straight to your house or something, something where, so that we understood a little bit better. That was my only thought of like, because I can't quite grasp what it is that they're offering.
Yeah. So let's sign up now and check out the thank you page on the campaign. Oh, this looks familiar. So I really do like the way this page turned out. I like the darker background. I like this congratulations text. It's a little bit more subtle because it has the blue shade of the back. So you're thanking the person, and then it says invite friends and earn rewards. The links are created just for you. Share them to earn products from our amazing brands for every friend that signs up. I might say earn vouchers and free products, like invite friends to earn vouchers and free products. I mean, this is our default text, like invite friends and earn rewards, but really it's intended to be a little bit more specific about what people earn, and about what people are earning throughout the process, just to get them some real specific incentives so that they'll scroll down and kind of look at it. Otherwise, I mean, the page is really clean. I mean, I love the simple images. I love the simple description of each thing within here. And I like the visual look of the page. Laura Lee, did you have any feedback about the thank you page?
Yeah, I love it. I really love the design of both of them. I agree, clarifying a little bit, and even I wonder if the section where the links below were created, it's 4 lines, which ends up being, even though it's not a lot of text, it ends up feeling like it's a long thing of text, which people aren't likely to read that. You want to try to stick to like maybe like 2 or 3 lines. So either if you could cut down the text a little bit, I think that would increase people reading it, or maybe expanding the width of the, because it is pretty short, the column width. So that was my only thought, but I really love it. I love both pages. I think they're really nice.
Yeah, and while we're still on that page, I think it's a great time to look at Brian's question, where he says, do you guys recommend people have random testers go through the site to see what might be confusing for people? And yes, absolutely. I think that would be a fantastic idea for the Bombonic site and any site in general. We recommend doing it. So we just actually, and while I'm talking about this, Laura Lee can post the link to the chat. We just did part 1 of a section on copywriting. And one of the bits of advice in there is doing this sort of customer research, where we say, you need to ask, 5 people that could potentially be customers, do they understand what the site and the copy that you're looking at is talking about? Because if you can't get a majority of those people to understand it, then you might want to take another look at your copy or add some different copy to the page till you get to the point where a majority of people you're talking to understand it. It's best to have, when you say random testers, I personally think it's best if you can find people who you think would be potential customers, depending on the product. I mean, if you're doing something that's really breadth and generalized for everybody, then yeah, I mean, just go grab 5 people in line at Starbucks and offer them a $5 gift card for like taking a look at your landing page. If you're offering something that's more specific, then I think it's best to try and find some people online that are potential customers of that specific product, because it's true that not all products are going to be applicable to everybody. And if you have a target audience, it's most important that that target audience understand the product, not necessarily random people. So I hope that answers your question. And I think in your case, Brian, I do think, when you're talking about flight deals, and we'll get to your page next, I think that it makes sense to you could go for random and see if people understand it. But in the case of Bombinate, there might be a specific customer that they're after, a type of shopper. Maybe they want to be at like find random people, quote unquote, random people, but people that are shopping at Nordstrom's or a higher end store, and ask them to take the survey and sort of a guerrilla marketing, market research approach for your product. So yes, absolutely, great question. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get that random feedback. Laura-Lee, do you want to take the first stab at the secret flight details?
Yeah, definitely.
Secret flight deals.
Yeah. Okay. So looking at this page, would you like to fly round trip to Europe for under 300? I think it's a great headline. I immediately know, not only from the URL secret flight deals, but also just from that headline of, even though it's in a question form, you don't have to state exactly what you're offering. I know that you're offering like really exclusive flight deals that are cheaper than I would find anywhere else. So that's cool. I immediately know what you're offering. I think it's a little bit strange that the headline's at the very top of the page and there's a lot of space. And then there's the sign up, the email opt-in form. I would put I like the space and I like the image. It's a visually, it supports what you're offering. But I would move it down a little bit. I also, if you notice, the section by signing up, you agree to start packing for your trip. It begins to kind of be hard to read, and then especially the featured by, and I see these brands and I can kind of read them, but with the background image, it makes it kind of hard to read. You want to make sure that people can read the text on your page. So consider putting maybe an image overlay on this image, just a little bit of a color overlay to make it a little bit darker so that the text can actually be readable. And now you have a section that's why sign up. And we want to notify you the moment we find a really cheap flight. We value travel as a life experience and education tool, and think everybody deserves a chance to travel. I like that you point out each of these 24/7 in color, makes it stand out a little bit more. It is the same color as the button, and in this case, I don't really mind that much because it's pretty subtle still. And I like that, it's a strong color that stands out. And I like that for the button color. I also like the text of your button, send me flight deals. Good, and reinforces the call to action. 2 to 3 number of emails you expect on a weekly basis. And then current flight, this looks really cool. Over 2,000 happy travelers. I like that you reinforce it with testimonials and then a secondary call to action. I actually really like this page. I have a few little design ideas, like this second call to action. It feels a little strange. The button underneath is smaller for some reason and a little bit down. I would like it to just see it closer to the input form, and maybe just as wide as the input.
And there's something where it's not centered with the text. The sign up today is over to the right a little bit more. It's not centered over the button in the form. So there's something weird going on there.
It looks like the sign up today is centered, but then the we are so confident part looks like a line to the left a little bit or something.
Yeah, so something should change there so it lines up a little bit better at that part of the page. I mean, I get what's going on is it looks like they're trying to make it so that the woman is looking at the sign up form, which is a great visual indicator to get people to look at a form. But there's just something not lining up about that one section.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's similar, actually, it's a similar thing above, where if you look at the top above where it says over 2,000 happy travelers, the text below it, here's what if you had to say, that text below it isn't centered either, but the text above it is centered. So these are really minor nits on the site. I mean, I agree with Laura-Lee. I really like the site. I wish you had a logo above the copy? Would you like to fly round trip to Europe for under $300? But I do love that question. And it's a really direct call to action that says, send me flight deals. And I love the numbers. I mean, you're telling people exactly what they're getting for signing up, which is huge in terms of building trust and for your brand and for conversions.
Yeah, your button, when you hover over it, both of them turn gray. And I would just make it maybe either a slightly lighter color of your deep red that you have, or maybe just like a little bit darker instead of gray. So let's go ahead and sign up.
Oh, it looks like a huge missed opportunity. So I don't know if you probably got the same thing I got when you signed up. It just says thank you. And then you click it and it goes away and it doesn't look like I signed up. I would absolutely, this is a situation where you should be using Kickoff Labs to take people to a dedicated thank you page and share flight deals with a friend, because who likes to fly alone? Because the second page could follow up exactly on that question. Would you like to fly round trip to Europe for $300? The next page should say, wouldn't flying round trip to Europe with a friend be better? Invite a friend, and then offer people some incentive to share your site with their friends. Instead of just having the thank you overlay show up, which then just disappears, and you sort of wonder, like, did I sign up? Did I not sign up? You did such a great job of setting expectations up front, but then I feel like you could follow up so much cleaner with a dedicated thank you page. I agree. That's my 2 cents there.
And what's also like on the thank you page, you have like a really visual. What's awesome about what you offer is a lot of really awesome images could make your offer even more enticing. And there's so many free ones out there, beautiful places. So you can also just, add a thank you page for sure to this.
Yeah. And the thank you page can, because I noticed I looked at my email to see if I got any more information from them, and I saw I did get an email asking me to confirm my subscription. A thank you page is a great place to say it's a great place to say check your email and confirm your subscription. It'll really drive up the subscription verification rates that you see on a page like that.
And Brian just asked if we're seeing the same homepage, and ours is slightly different. So it looks like you're A/B testing it, which is awesome. Brian, is that what you're doing?
I'll bet he is, but it seems like we both randomly got the same version of the page.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go on to the next page. Let me actually take over sharing the screen here. Go on to the next page, which is, let's go with Vibes. All right, so vibescience.com, support our startups. This is the exit intent window. This is not the page, because I moved my mouse up here, so I'm just looking at this now. Support our startup. Sign up first to hear about the progress of Vibes. I would add a little bit of context, like saying support our startup doesn't mean anything to most people. Saying, something about Vibes, like, whatever it is, I haven't seen what it is yet, but something about Vibes, saying that in here, and then saying sign up to first to hear would be more impactful than saying support our startup, because it doesn't really tell me much, especially like in my case, like maybe I opened the site or got referred to it and then I went away and then I came back and I saw this pop up and there's no context. So let's actually go down to the page and see what the context is. New revolutionary ear training technology. So like the top of that exit box should say, like, don't miss out on ear training technology, or don't miss out on good vibes, like something, that goes with a brand that's would get more attention here. So I like there's a logo. I like the text is easy to read. I can clearly tell where the sign up button is here, because the red is the only color on this top part of the page, so it stands out. The image goes with the text, ear training technology, and it says learn to hear musical intervals, chords, scales effortlessly and quickly, be able to play your favorite songs by ear, solo, or improvise like a rock star, like a rock god, and sight sing. Boy, you are promising a lot. But I like that the image backs up the text. It's complementary. You don't need to see the image. You don't need to see just the text. You kind of get what's going on. with the image and the text. And then there's an incentive here. Get a chance to win one of $300 Amazon gift vouchers by signing up for our newsletter below. I might change the sign up to like something a little bit more catchy, like, get good vibes, or, send, get start your training, or, I'm interested in your training. You have space in this button for a little bit more text that can go with your copy here, and either match the call to action of entering to win, or match, what you are, so what they're getting. So saying like, join our newsletter, enter and join our newsletter would be more interesting. I don't have a problem with the copy on the page. It does a great job of explaining the what and then the incentive. As I scroll down, technology. I wish this was instead of just a general word like technology. I would be more specific and repeat the brand. Say, what is Vibe, or how does Vibe work, or something like that repeats the brand and is more specific to you. Or get the Vibe Technology 101 or something like that. That's not a general headline that anybody could put on their page. So let's see, neuroscience wearable mobile app. That's really fascinating. I kind of wonder what it is. Let's see. Are you struggling to play songs by ear? My story, and you've got a personal story, which is a great thing to have on a page. And then, yeah, the only thing just skimming the page is I'm still not entirely clear what you're going to be offering. I know you're asking me to join your newsletter, but I'm guessing that that there's something like we're creating a unique wearable device, auditory, and then mobile app will clearly lead you on the course to recognize intervals, chords, no matter age. I wish it was a little bit more clear what exactly you're building. Combines the latest neuroscience aware technology, like think beyond what you're bragging about Vibe. Like, we're combining neuroscience and wearable technology, and you're using these buzzwords, or like industry buzzwords. But like, if you were just more direct and you had to explain this to somebody that's a grade schooler, you might say like, we're building a watch you can wear that will help you do music on the fly, or something like be a little bit more specific about a watch and an app combination like this. Especially this subheadline here could be a little bit more specific and less buzzwordy about what you're doing. You've done a great job explaining the problem statement, but I think you fall a little bit short on the page of explaining the solution that you're going to be offering people. Because again, I think the solution goes beyond sign up for our newsletter, because you're asking for something else. All right, so let's see what happens when I sign up.
Looking at that sign up button too, like I would, Phil, if I were you, I would make this just a little bit larger. It feels small on the page. Just make those button and the input just a little bit bigger. And then also, once you do that, it might look right. It might need to be a little bit more narrow, though. It feels a little wide, but that might just be that it's so skinny, the input. But play with that, Phil, and see if that looks any better.
Yeah. So let's see, sign up now. Thanks for trying to invite 5 friends and get an extra entry to win one of 3 Amazon gift vouchers. Just something about the earning an extra entry, like just an extra entry isn't really that valuable to get me to refer 5 friends. I mean, I might say enter earn up to 5 extra entries, and earn up to 5 extra entries by referring friends. Every friend up to 5 is an extra entry to win the gift voucher, because you're basically saying I have to invite 5 to get the 1 extra entry, and I think that's I just think that's a lot to ask of people just to earn 1 extra entry for the voucher. I would give somebody that they get as many as they enter, and then you could even lower the number and say 3, and then you'll do something special for somebody that gets the 3 levels. I like this theme. I like the one goal theme. It's a new sort of contest that we've rolled out. I just think that the 5 is a little bit much. But again, this is a really clear, you thank for signing up, and you're saying invite 5 friends, and it's clear what you're getting. I just think what you could offer is should be a little bit easier to achieve, and that's that they can earn an extra entry for each friend that joins up to 5 or something like that. Laura, do you have any other feedback on this page or the initial landing page?
No, I met with Phil yesterday and we went through both of them. So I've given him a lot of my feedback.
Cool.
I think it looks, Phil, I like the changes that you made. It looks really good.
Cool. Hopefully I didn't disagree with too much of what you said yesterday.
No, you didn't disagree with anything.
Perfect. All right. Next, I want to go on to have Laura Lee take over and go on to SoulPad Mobile.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is so typically when we review landing pages, they're different than a website. But we're going to treat this one, even though it's on a website, as a landing page. And so looking at this page here, the smart solar generator that provides power anywhere and helps save on electricity at home. So it looks like it's somewhere that I can bring anywhere. It's totally mobile, that I can bring and generate power, which is awesome. Sign up now and get your SoulPad Mobile for up to half off. A great incentive. I love the incentive. I feel like it feels a little bit strange to me, just from a design perspective. I noticed these little things like the text is longer than the input boxes, which is then also longer than the button. It just feels wrong to me a little bit. Like, I just want them to, even if the text over here, like, even if it maybe just the button being the same width would feel better. There's something about this that just feels just a little bit wrong to me. I would like to see maybe that. And then also, just, I don't know why there's so much space here in between these input buttons and the button, these input options and the button. So I would just put those a little bit closer together as well. Scrolling down, I like that watching the video is a secondary option. And then we've got some text here that is good, that it keeps it like 2 to 3 lines. I like that it makes it feel much easier to read. It's more than just portable energy, which is good, because that's all I thought it really was just a portable energy collector. It's a one-stop solution for significant power at home or on the go. And again, I still don't see how that's different. And then again, it seamlessly lets you track, manage, and automate your energy usage in your apartment or home, so that you're always sure to use your power wisely. I like that. So that's, for me, I feel like these two can be combined, and just simply state that, like, in addition to generating energy, to collecting energy, that you can also track and manage and automate your energy usage at home, in your apartment or home, or on the go. Like, that seems like the essence of this, and I would just simplify that as well. This is a nice image. I like that it it helps me see how I would use it at home. But it feels to me almost like it's kind of breaking up the page. Like, what am I going to do with this? Maybe it's too big or something. It's taking up the whole screen, and there's not much that I'm really learning from it too much. I'd probably just scroll past it pretty quick. But I like it. It's a beautiful image, and it really does help to me confirm, like, oh, I understand how it's being used, and it's cool. I can hook multiple of them together. I don't know if I could hook more than 2, but I can see, if I only had 1, or if I had 2, I could add 2. So that's nice. The image says a lot. And then there's more text, and it feels like I just had to read all of this, and now I have to read this again. I would like to see this just simplified, like less text, even though it's broken up, and I like that it's broken up in only 2 sentences and then 3 sentences, and then with visuals and everything. I feel like there might be a way to just simplify this a little bit. Like, this wouldn't have felt as much if it just simply said automate your energy usage, track, manage, and automate. I think that I wouldn't feel at that point here like, oh man, I got to read more. But SoulPad Mobile has more built-in battery storage than any other portable solar device, and multiple devices can be linked to create even more. Okay, so that kind of supports what this image is showing here, that they can be linked. Our FlexGrid system lets you connect multiple SoulPad mobile devices to generate as much power as you could imagine. and linking our device is plug and play. They're self-configuring and instantly ready to go, give you the ability to make your own mini grid off the grid. Again, really cool. And I like that, that you say this. I feel like it doesn't need to be in paragraph form. It would be really cool if it was like one little sentence, like connect, add multiple devices, link multiple SoulPad mobile devices. And then there was like this image here, smaller. And maybe even if it like even took up half of the page with that, and then next to it was the next benefit here was like generate, let's see, plug and play, that's self-configuring. And then it shows like, I don't know, maybe a visual of how that happens, because I still don't know exactly. I imagine I can manage it from my phone, but again, it's not super clear. So maybe an image of like the phone and me being able to manage that and seeing my energy levels go up or something like that. It would be nice if like this text was more connected to the visuals you have. Even though the visuals are big and beautiful, I want to be able to understand the connection here instead of feeling like, oh, I have this laborious job of reading through all this text and understanding and connecting the images together. I would love it if you did that for me a little bit more on this page. But saying all of that, the page is beautiful. The design is beautiful. So let's see, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. Solar that speaks to you. Okay, now I see that. Okay, cool. I see that that's a sound bar. And I'm probably not going to read all this. And I don't, oh, again, it looks like there's a lot of different options there. So that's cool. I could go through and see the different uses of it, which is cool. No optical illusions. I don't know what no optical illusions means, and I don't really feel like reading all this again. Complete control anywhere within reach. And it's cool. I really like images like this, as it shows like, looks like it's power usage and stuff. I like that. I would sit and look and try to figure out what's being offered there. Information's always on tap. So it looks like there's some sort of physical tactile option of touching it. And if I was really interested, I might go into reading all of this as well. But this is what I'm talking about. I love this connection of images with the text. And then follow the sun is a walk in the park. This is cool. This image is really cool where it shows you can put it at different angles. I like that. And this is good that it's all in one section. I like that. Like this image up here, it feels just all left on its own and so big that I don't connect it with this, which I think is what you're trying to connect it with. But like this one here, follow the sun as a walking path, and then we've got this subtitle connected here. I love it. This is perfect because it connects it in a visual way. Even though it takes up a lot of space, it feels light, it feels clean, and I'm understanding what you're saying here. And then smart, fast charging. I love this too. This is perfect. Walks through the benefits. I might center these icons over this, although it looks like everything's left aligned. So maybe it just feels a little bit weird that the icon is to the left. I understand these being to the left, but that seems a little bit strange to me. And then a secondary call to action, which is awesome since the page is fairly long. Sign up now and get your SoulPad for up to half price. Another option is I might add a secondary call to action somewhere like right here. And then the benefit, what's the benefit? I don't even remember. Get 50% off. So sign up now to get 50% off. I might add like a secondary call to action here that would lead you to either maybe this sign up or something. But I like how the button reinforces the benefit. So that was a kind of a long page, but Josh, was there anything else that stood out to you?
What's your opinion on the readability of the different text on the page?
Oh, good point. So it does feel very light and very it looks like it's a very narrow font where like the weight of the font is very small. And even though I can read it, this makes it hard to read. I would definitely change this color for sure. And where else? Like here, even here, it's almost like it feels like it's not necessarily the color on this one, but maybe like it looks like this is like a weight of 300 or something like that. Like it doesn't even seem like it's a normal weight. It seems like a lightweight. I would either just make it normal and then and this is a small thing that would probably help, because I imagine the reason you made it so small, like the weight so light, was to add this clean look, which you do on this page. One other way to solve that is go ahead and put it at a normal 400 or 500 weight, and then just add a little bit of space between your text letter. Like each letter is just really close together. That will make it feel not quite so heavy, and then that might solve your problem that I think you're trying to solve here. So I would definitely make this more readable. And I think that the issue for this one, I think this color needs to change, because that's hard to read. But I think especially for this one, just make the weight a little bit stronger. You don't need to make it bold. And on this one, and I understand you have like longer lines of, like longer paragraphs of text, but again, I would make this either weight a little bit heavier, or the font size a little bit bigger, or maybe, I don't know, something about it. It makes it it's still hard to read here. And to make this still feel light, add like higher width in between each line here. Make the line height just a little bit higher so that it still feels light, even though it looks like this is the longest one. So you could still add a little bit more and have space, but as much as possible, I try to cut these down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, cutting them down is going to help a lot, I think, just in terms of like, even if you have to make the text heavier, but if there's less of it, it's not going to feel as daunting to read, because there'll be less text, especially for those sections where you sort of want people to scroll through quickly and sort of hit next, next, next.
Exactly.
It's gonna, you sort of want those just to be like 2 sentences after the headline, so that people can read the 2 sentences and move on, instead of having to feel like you're reading a full page of a book with each section.
Exactly, and that's how this page really feels. It feels very text heavy. Like even I got to this point and I was already tired of reading. And so like I just wanted to read Lead the Charge, even though that doesn't communicate a lot. Like that's all I wanted to read, Lead the Charge. And I would say something else here that was more meaningful, like connect as many as you want, or something like that actually means something. You don't need to be something that means something to someone who wants something like this would be cool, instead of leading the charge, which doesn't have a lot of meaning. So I would definitely look at like the font weight of your text here, the color for this one for sure, to make it darker so it's actually can be read. And then, and again, the font weight on all of these, it looks like all throughout the page.
Do you want to sign up and go to the thank you page?
Yep.
In Arizona, you have access to lots of solar energy.
Oh man, with everywhere. The sun's here every day, so. Okay, one more step. I like, again, that the image is reinforced. Again, I know exactly what it is. I love the design, it's beautiful. One more step, please first check your email. We'll let you know when your SoulPad Mobile is available at up to half off. And share the special offer to get $100 off. This is an awesome incentive. I think it's a little bit strange how it's 2 separate boxes. I don't know why that's the case. I would combine them and maybe even, again, cut down text, like check your email, we'll get back to you. Like I understood you're going to get back to me about half off. I wasn't not expecting that. I don't feel like that's necessary. And one more step, check your email, and then like share the special offer. And when your friend signs up, we'll thank you with $100 credit. And again, this is saying the same thing as this. I understand. I got it with this, and I don't want to have to read more again. I would just totally cut that, and then you can combine these. One more step, check your email, and don't forget, share with a friend to get $100 off. Not only do you get 50% off, but then you get an extra $100 off, which is cool. The incentives, share with one person, $100 off, 5 people, $150. I love these discounts. That's awesome. Makes you want to share. So I think that the page itself is really nice. Again, I would just combine these, and then maybe, I forget what your secondary color is, but this page doesn't have any color. I would add some color here to the page somewhere. And maybe it's just because I'm at 0 here, but I mean, the image definitely helps, but maybe make sure, add your SoulPad logo as a color or something. There's something where there needs to be a little bit of color here. But do you notice anything here, Josh?
No, I think that's good feedback. on the page. I think the only thing I'm not sure you mentioned it, the size of those, like the text $100 off. Since that's all there is, I feel like the text could be a little larger where it says $100 off to 150 or 200 just to grab attention.
Yeah, and maybe that's where they add the color, just to add, like a minimal usage, because there's not much color here, just one little like dash of color.
Yeah, it would really pull people's attention towards the discounts, I think, than if it was a little bit color, a little bit larger text on this page.
Yeah, I believe it was like a rust color that was on here. Oh no, it's blue. So was there another secondary color? Looks like blue's their primary color. So adding like that, like get $100 off, adding that, maybe, blue or something might make it stand out.
Cool. I think that's all the pages we've got today. We got through all of them a little bit earlier than we usually do. So I want to thank everybody that showed up live to get their page review, and everybody that was brave enough to get their page reviewed live. I want to talk about our next webinar that we'll be hosting. It's going to be on landing page copy specifically. So if we go to grow.kickofflabs.com/copywriting, and Laura Lee will post that into the chat as well. I'd like everyone to sign up. So on Thursday, May 4th, I think that's Star Wars Day. I think it is. We'll actually be hosting, maybe we'll do some Star Wars themed copywriting examples. So we'll be hosting a webinar to go through copywriting landing pages. And we just posted part 1 of the series to our blog. And if you sign up for the copywriting course on Thursday, May 4th, you'll get the link to part 1 sent your way as well. And I think we also posted that earlier in the chat as well, to the link to part 1 on copywriting. But I'm really excited about this. The one we did on design was awesome, and we had a lot of good feedback on that, and a lot of people have watched the video at the webinar and after, and this is going to be no different. So first we tackled design of landing pages, and now we're tackling a course on copywriting. So sign up, let us know what you think about the blog post. Come to learn more about copywriting on May 4th. And then after that, our next one will be a little bit later. We'll head back to landing page reviews sometime in the middle of May. But if you're on this list, you'll get an announcement when we do our next landing page reviews. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody. Bye. Man, sorry about that.